Hey, good morning. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. It's morning for me on the 3rd of November, 2021. I'm just joining you as I'm just had an expression today. I've had a poem come through me this morning, which I thought I'd share and capture. I like to do this live, so then I get the audio recording, which I can then put out as a podcast, and also I can share this as a video to increase accessibility as well. Part of this for sure has been fueled by being part of the incredible Climate Action Lab #4 with Hawkwood, Centre for Future Thinking this week. Also partly influenced by a message I got from someone that I hold in a very high regard, sharing me a picture that a woman in the US has burnt down a 3,500-year-old cypress tree. Hashtag no words. And then also just pulling together a number of other strands. We have COP26 going on in the UK. I work within the chemicals industry myself, and just really a lot of different weaving elements really coming into this poem that I'm going to share with you today. So I hope you find some value in it. Hope it offers some space for reflection for you, and I will get on with sharing the poem now. So the poem is called "When Is Enough Enough?" And what I'll do is I'll make it a little bit bigger, actually. Hopefully that is helpful for people as well. So, when is enough enough? Despite the planetary crisis that we all clearly face, it seems still somewhat myopic that growth is the measure in first place. There is talk of jobs, GDP, economic recovery, and net zero, but who really will be the hero that helps us sense, helps us see, helps us reimagine, helps us be in connection with nature and one another again, in such a way that it is not all about white men? There is no shame intended, no division whatsoever, but the paradigm to which we move requires reimagining together. At the center, the voices and the communities often unknown, those peoples that hold the wisdom yet continue to be overthrown by Western ideals and ideas of a consumerist life. Yet it is increasingly plain to see that we are all suffering strife through our fear, our disconnection to self, others, and systems. Yet now is the time to be brave and become part of the resistance. When is enough enough is a question we can all ask of ourselves, our families, our organizations, and our hearts. There are no magic bullets, no quick fixes to our times. Yet we all have an abundance of energy and curiosity if we can just open our minds. We have been controlled and coerced to believe that we are separate and mean nothing. Yet this could not be further from the truth when we are all a connected part of the everything. My choice impacts you, your choice impacts me. More importantly, our choices most impact those that we do not see. This poem is a challenge to me, to my way of life and my being, yet it's a healthy challenge to reimagine a life that requires less fleecing of our soul, our energy, our creativity, and our worth. We are all equally human, and we have to live on and from the same turf. When is enough enough is my question for you. What will you let go of? What will you say no to? What will you embrace that you have maybe always feared? Maybe that your humanity is not directly tied to the amount of gear that you own, that you use, that you amass, that you value. Maybe now is the time to go on an inner journey to explore your stories, the thoughts that you have. Get super curious about if they are your own stories or that of your dad. When is enough enough is a question I sit in. My dread of getting on a plane or the guilt of wearing Far Eastern knitting. The abundance of our humanity, our interconnected potential, is where I wish to focus more than on the next material purpose that may well send me mental. I am very much part of the problem, but learning to hold paradox with more play as I find my way back to that space far away, that freedom of connection, the abundance of potential. It's now or never to choose planet Earth and those that we do not hear and see, over double-digit growth and expansion overseas. When is enough enough is my question for you. I welcome your thoughts and feedback as we together sit in this stew. That is my poem for today. It feels quite emotional. I feel really quite felt. as I share that with you, it's really yes. And Jessica just sharing, thanks for popping along. Yeah, it's shocking. Like, what right do we have as humans to take down some 3,500 years, like 3.5 millennia? Just think about that. 3.5 millennia, and one human being thought they'd had the right to burn that down. Just complete disconnection to themselves, systems, and other people. And Elise, always lovely to see you. Thanks for popping along. I'd love, Jessica, Elise, anyone else that watches this live or watching it back, what did you take away from these reflections? What would you challenge? What would you add? That's what these creative endeavors for me are about. I didn't write a poem ever until about 2 months ago, and they seem to just keep on coming these days as a way to creatively express what's on my heart, mind, and in my being at this time, as I continue to try and sense and join the dots in my own becoming and looking to try and uplift others in the same. So as you can see across the bottom, if this sort of content, if this sort of embodiment is of interest to you, feel free to subscribe at hexochangenowoneword.com. I do offer updates on live shows, live streams, these updates on these blogs, and other service offerings as well. But the service offering is the back end. If someone really wants to work with me, they'll find me. This is really about how do we share, how do we co-create and reimagine better together. So much love to you all. Have a great day, Jess. Have a great day, Elise. And any feedback, as I say, or challenges are welcome. Take care. All the best.